Here's a warm hello from Eastern Communications. We're here to present a refreshing point of view that when it comes to delivering business communication solutions, it's time to bring back the human connection because it's just as important as the technology. Eastern Communications is business made personal. It means getting intimate with our clients' needs so we can provide thoughtful solutions to help them achieve their goals. That's why we are madaling kausap, may malasakit. We are maalam at maaasahan. We are Eastern Communications.
And we continue with more basketball action mula po dito sa loob ng ENDERUN Gymnasium here in McKinley Hills in Taguig. This is your PINOYLIGA Collegiate Cup Season 3. Our second game of your Thursday doubleheader will feature another green and red matchup between the Our Lady of Fatima Phoenix going up against the UE Red Warriors. Alvin Tañada on the call for this matchup together with our PINOYLIGA Zen Master himself, Coach Russell Raipon. Coach, first game, it was already a green and red matchup. Another green and red matchup here for you.
Well, we're not missing in the lack of colorful players and colorful teams. First game was a highly competitive one, but one that LaSalle was easily able to control despite a slow start. And now we have two teams trying to prove themselves. Let's see how this all unfolds.
Let's take a look at this last matchup between the San Beda Red Lions and the UE Red Warriors. And the UE Red Warriors won that matchup over at the Amoranto Sports Complex, and it was just a 2-point win here by the UE Red Warriors, wherein they led big there at the start of the quarter. But in that fourth quarter, that was where San Beda made a big run for the money there. But again, it was just a 2-point win there by the UE Red Warriors.
Well, you know, for a team that is trying to establish himself, I'm sure it was, you know, a lot of positive feelings for UE as they were able to come away with the win. You know, and you know, when you have a guy like John Abate who has probably a lot of eyes on him with regards to his ability to produce and to be an effective, you know, scorer for this team, you know, was able to shoot well from the field, scored 14 points, had 5 assists, and obviously Precious Momoe made his presence felt as a stalwart in the post.
And for sure, Coach John Arrigo, the former Alaska mainstay, will be very proud of his son there, John Abate. Let's take a look at the last game of this Our Lady of Fatima Phoenix, and they won big against the San Sebastian Golden Stags, wherein Ace Chamson and Kobe Davis played an integral part in that win.
Well, you know, Our Lady of Fatima plays a very fun and exciting style of basketball. The ball moves, the players move. You know, they make smart decisions, and so that always puts them in a position to be be successful at the crucial moments of the game. So guys like Ace Tiamzon and Kobe Davis, they have continued to play well. You know, there hasn't been a lot of drop-off or unevenness in their production. They have been one of the pair of best players for their team throughout this Season 3 of PINOYLIGA Cup.
And in fact, one factor here for Our Lady of Fatima, they will be missing the services of their head coach. Coach Ralph Rivera will not be available for this matchup. So Coach Christian Coronel will step up to be the head coach for this matchup. And another key factor, no Kobe Davis for Our Lady of Fatima in this matchup. But another factor here to talk about, well, for the UE Red Warriors, we're going to see Coach Don Aliado back on the bench for the UE Red Warriors.
I'm sure they miss his presence. I know that he was recruiting in the States and, you know, looking for additional players to add to this program. So I'm sure that the players and the coaching staff are happy that he's back. Should be, you know, and with Kobe Davis being unavailable for this game, it's just another opportunity for guys who haven't had the minutes to step in and to prove themselves.
All right, and I believe we are about to start. And let's go ahead and meet the players for both squads. This will be a matchup between the UE Red Warriors and Our Lady of Fatima Phoenix.
And now, let's meet the stars for your Lady of Fatima University Phoenix. And the Warriors are power forward number 2 8 zone and point guard number 5 5. And it's now over number 11 and center number 14 we need the Phoenix is tonight. And now to the stars for your University of the East Red Warriors. As well forward number 0, power forward number 8, Dr. Reyes, and 2 more number 22, Thomas, and center number 21, Precious Away, and 1 more number 11, John Bucket. Head coach of the Red Warriors is Jack Stacco. Our officials for the game are American and Anthony Lord. This game is under the supervision of our very commission, who is a man of heading the pulpit, and you know the Mr.
And starters right now on the floor, it is Momoway, Robles, Spandonis, Abate, and Galang for the UE Red Warriors. Para naman sa Phoenix of Our Lady of Fatima, they have Chamzon, Romero, Loyola, Labayan, and Mamadou Torre, the usual starters for the Our Lady of Fatima Phoenix. Abate for 3. That is too strong. Rebounded by Ace Chamzon. Go on the fast break
Tough
here inside.
contested shot for Abate.
It's Mamadou Torre. This is going to be a fun matchup between Mamadou Torre and this guy, Precious Momoway. It's going to be a fun matchup at the middle between these two guys.
Sure. Two very effective foreign student athletes playing pivotal roles for their team.
And now Abate gets the ball at the left side. 10 seconds on the shot clock there. 3 ball by Spandones. That's short, rebounded by Ace Chamzon. Now Ace Chamzon has to step up with Kobe Davis now out with an injury.
Jamzon has proven in the games that I've seen him play to be a guy that he can be relied on for offensive firepower. So it's good that he has Loyola on his side in terms of having a three-point threat. It makes it easier for him, for Jamzon, to get to the basket.
But Kevin Loyola, that's only a 2-pointer for Kevin Loyola. He was caught stepping there.
Ah, okay.
And you also know this Our Lady of Fatima squad, Coach, as you were up against them in the NAASCO tournament. But this team is really showing to be improving a lot through the seasons.
Well, when I watch them play, I'm just very impressed with their style and the fact that they have a certain pace about how they go about their offensive execution and how they defend. Sometimes in situations where you're playing against more recognizable teams, you may shrink in the moment. I've just never seen this Our Lady of Fatima team shrink in the face of an opponent. They've always seemed ready to match the effort, the skill, the aggressiveness. And Our Lady of Fatima's been fun to watch. And it's no surprise that they're doing well in their bracket.
And remember, this squad is the first runners-up in the last NAASCO tournament against St. Clair, wherein they lost only by 2 points in game 1 and in game 2.
Well, it's always hard to unseat the champion, the king. So that's as close as you're going to get. Losing by 2 points in both games. That's probably something that's going to sting and be a thorn in their side until they get another shot at St. Clair next season.
And that St. Clair squad will be another dangerous squad in the years to come. These are 3 free throws here for John Abate, the son of former PBA player John Arrigo. Charles De La Cruz will check in for Edward Labayan because of that unsportsmanlike foul, so he will be able to come back in around 5 minutes and 3. Robles gives it up to Abate. Abate to Mamaway. Mamaway against Torre. Mamaway, the pass to Abate. And that's too much passing there. That's a shot clock violation.
That could be a sign of inexperience, Alvin. I mean, more experienced teams have that internal clock going, and they know that, especially if it's an inbound play, you're probably under 14 or at 14 or under. So you have to execute your concepts quickly in order to find a shot.
Usually, as coaches, we do have plays already. Like when you hear 14 seconds on the clock, 10 seconds on the clock, 5 seconds on the clock, even 3 seconds, so that we create plays that possible screen and get those shots out.
Yes, and sometimes it can get easy to it can be easy to get lost in the possession and thinking that you have more time than you really do, but that's something that can be easily adjusted and resolved, and probably is important for the bench and for other players to start calling the countdown, so that way their teammates know that the clock shot's running down.
Yes, they have to really be up in their shots there. And right now they go back to the post here. Precious against Torre. The pass to John Abate. Abate, the jumper. That's short. Rebounded by Ace Chamzon. Ace running it. And that is tapped out by John Abate.
I would love to see John sort of find a rhythm for himself. And, if there's a way that he can find easier shots, I always, when I'm watching him play, he just has to work so hard to get a good shot off. So maybe if he can find the rhythm, he can really get on a run.
Nice find, Romero to Torre, no good. And John Abate was their best player of the game in that win against San Beda. So a lot of faith given to him by Coach Jack Santiago to run the offense here for the UE Red Warriors, most especially that they have already lost Ray Remogat in the off season. So a lot of faith given really to this guy, John Abate.
Well, you know, with the change in personnel season to season, you have to find quickly what your strengths are as a team and, you know, what you can use to your advantage. And that's sort of the purpose of Pinoy Liga, is to give teams that opportunity.
Here's Abate now. Abate moves in, no good. Rebound picked up by Galang. Shot clock did not reset, and that's a shot clock violation.
Now, you know, when you look at that action, he got the catch as he's...
And right now, Nico Mulingtapang will check into the ballgame, replacing John Abate. Now, and they're asking for they're asking if it hit the ring or. But again, our officials here in the table says it did not hit the ring, so that will not reset the shot clock. Goes inside to Mamadou, and that's a foul called on Precious Momoe. That's the first personal foul on Precious Momoe.
Torres doing his work early in the post to get that seal. He had Momoe at a disadvantage, and if you're playing behind the offensive player, definitely you have a greater chance of fouling.
Loyola, the three, that's money for Kevin Loyola.
He's a shooter, that Loyola.
5 points already. Adjusting his space there because earlier that's the same spot, but he was caught stepping on the three-point arc. Nico Mulingtapang with a drive. And Nico Mulingtapang, of the former Mapua Red Robin himself. And that's a foul there. On Nico Mulingtapang. One on Nico, and substitution here. Now they bring in Rainer Maga, another offensive scorer. Now you have Spandonis, you do have Maga, two players that can score here for UE.
So then it begs the question, Alvin, who is going to be the player that is going to operate and set up the offense?
Yeah.
Is there that guy on the floor right now? Is there that guy on the floor that can create his own shot?
Yes. As Nico Mulingtapang is their lone point guard, but the problem is Nico Mulingtapang is still a rookie here. So a lot of confidence, hopefully, being instilled inside Nico Mulingtapang.
Well, this is definitely an opportunity in the place where you can develop that confidence. You're playing against solid players on the opposing end. There's obviously a certain level of physicality that's being accepted in terms of on-ball defense. So if you can handle this defense and create shots or create opportunities for your teammates, then you're doing your job.
And talking about for their matchup here against the backcourt of the Our Lady of Fatima Phoenix, you do have Charles De La Cruz, which also plays in the pro ranks under the SGL. So he learns a lot from the veterans there. So let's see how he will handle it up against the rookie Nico Mulingtapang.
You have to really be impressed with the fact that Our Lady of Fatima is forcing UE to operate and start their offense by the half-court line. That just speaks to the type of pressure they're applying on the ball.
Now Nico Mulingtapang scoring his first 2 points. Chamzon, the drive, and Ace Chamzon scores.
Tiamzon, he's a strong driver to the bucket. That's something they're going to have to figure out how to stop.
And later on, we will see the debut of this guy, the former Batangilas standout, which will now be wearing the red and white. So this guy will be very much looked upon later on. But there's a foul. And we'll talk about this player later on after this timeout. Our score, it's 11-7, 4-point lead for the Phoenix.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Eleven to 7 our score, 3 minutes and 23 remaining here in the first quarter. And now, we all know, Coach Russell, that UE lost a lot of players. Remogat, Alcantara, Tolabot, to name a few. Those are players that they lost. But they gained lots of players back. They got John Abate. They got Nico Muling Tapang. And now, entering the floor is former Batangilas standout, former De La Salle guard, and now turned Red Warrior in More Prince Alaw. What can More Prince Alaw bring to the table for the UE Red Warriors?
Well, I think sort of what we talked about in previous games. As a coach, I want to put on the floor players that my opponent has to game plan for. You know, Alaw could be a player that is able to provide that kind of level of attention. But we'll have to see in his debut here how he fits into this UE offense, and if he's able to provide the level of attention that his teammates are going to need in order to be to get good shots like that right there.
But no good there. The 3 ball by Nico Muling Tapang. They go to Chamzon inside, back outside to Loyola. Danzel Gomez, the 3, and it's good for Danzel Gomez.
Our Lady of Fatima, again, their strength has been shooting. And throughout this tournament, they have really been able to get their shooters open shots, and they've been knocking it down at a very high clip.
And it's a spread out offense for the green and white now. 5 points for Danzel Gomez, 5 points for Kevin Loyola, 4 points for Mamadou Torre. And that's very spread out. More Pensalo, no good.
It's an equal opportunity offense where the best shot is being taken. It's not necessarily getting the ball to a certain guy to get a shot. It's whoever's open, whoever's shot ready. You know, Eric Spoelstra for the Miami Heat has this saying that he often shares with his team, that the ball finds energy. And Our Lady of Fatima plays like that. Good energy finds the ball, and with that being said, that's where those shots are coming from.
All right, now let's see how things will go here. Now, Galang, the pass to the corner. That is still no good for Reiner Maga. And remember, last game, Reiner Maga and Kian Spandonis, these two guys were their shooters in that matchup against San Beda in the first half. They were like scoring well, but now here in the small game, they're still silent here.
It's still early.
And Torre seeing that mismatch at the post here as the foul is called on Ace Chamzon. Now it's Obusan and Ronjigo. Ronjigo, another former Mapua Red Robin here.
when you think about players and player movement and transfers and all those kinds of things, it's always about what place is the best fit for you, right? In terms of coaching style, in terms of the guys you're playing with, the institution itself, the school community, all those things matter. So, at the end of the day, we're just hoping that when a player decides that an opportunity at another institution is what's best for them, that they find the right fit. And so with all these new players for UE, you're hoping that this is the right fit for them. And this is a perfect opportunity with Pinoyliga to get real-time evidence and data regarding, how they work within this program.
Yes, whether it be you are a transferee straight from high school or a transferee from college, this is a perfect venture for you to at least try to build chemistry with your teammates.
Oh, for sure.
No good in that free throw there, but that is a free throw violation there called on Rodman Templo Nuevo. And whenever you hear the name Rodman, it's somewhat like, what kind of a player are you?
Well, yes, that's a hefty name to live up to. I don't know if your mom and dad were doing you any favors by naming you Rodman, but that must be their favorite player, so can't really knock that.
No good once again for Maga. Rebounded here, Charles Texon. And that's another foul on Moore Prinsalo. Penalty situation already.
I know that's a common way to defend in the open court, is just to get, to knock a guy on his hip to hip. I would love to see guys make the effort to get back in front of the ball and corral it instead of just trying to dislodge a guy using your body instead of your hands. I think it would be nice if we can see defense like that.
And now another new player comes in for UE. We're talking about the former Mapua Red Robin. Now we're seeing the former Mapua Cardinal, Kobe Dalisay. And this guy is a knockout shooter from Quezon Province. This will be his second team right now. And whenever he played before for Mapua, I've covered this guy a lot. He's a knockdown shooter from three-point distance.
Well, let's hope he can get some open looks.
That's Gabe Obusan there. Fouled on the drive there. Daniel Gomez called for the foul.
When you look at the offensive spacing and what's happening, Our Lady of Fatima is really forcing UE to initiate offense far from the basket. But what Abusan did was great because he provided a pressure release, give and go, pass and cut, move the players. That way the defense has to account for multiple things on the floor. Now look, you're at the free throw line because you got a give and go pass. So that's definitely a one way to counter all that kind of pressure.
And now there are three new players. Gabe Obusan, Prince Salo, and Kobe Dalisay are all in the ballgame. So let's see how these three guys will mesh up here. With this guy, Ethan Galang, no good. Kobe inside, and he was fouled. And a foul will be called on Charles De La Cruz.
Well, gotta love the fact that he had a nose for the ball there, getting that offensive rebound.
And now Kobe Dalisay will be shooting too here. And I'll just share to you, Coach, a funny story. In the Next Man Cup, Kobe Dalisay was not able to play in the first 3 games for Mapua. And then he came back for Mapua. He played in the tournament for Mapua. And CJ Ang, our courtside reporter, interviewed him and asked, how are your first few days back with Mapua? And he was very much happy. Now, I hope we get to interview him once again. And how happy is he now with the UE community?
Well, again, it's all about the fit. You just got to hope that, he's in a place where he feels like he can play his best basketball, be his best self, and he's going to be able to grow and develop as a player in this program. And, it can be overstated. The mental and emotional approach that players have when they're in a setting. The more that you feel comfortable, that you feel like you're integrated and you have a synergy with your teammates and your coaches, the better you're going to play.
And that is no, because we all know Kobe Dalisay is a shooter. Whenever you have a name such as a Kobe and then a shooter, and that's going to be a lot of things that will be expected from you, as that is a foul on Ronjigo. Ronjigo will be called for that. They will try to check.
Bless you.
They're trying to check on it if the foul will still be on, because is it count on the buzzer? That's what Coach Jack is saying. And they confirmed it with the table officials. It is still a foul on Ronjigo. And now Mendoza will be shooting. Andre Mendoza here. First free throw for Andre is good. A very much well-balanced offense for this lineup. Almost all players put in by Coach Christian Coronel have scored. Only Andre Romero and Edward Labayan has not scored. As that second free throw goes in. Prince Alao, 3 seconds. Prince, the shot. That is no good. And Robles with a stick back and no good. As we end our first quarter of play, our score, it's 19-9. A 10-point lead for the Our Lady of Fatima Phoenix. We'll be right back for more action here in your Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup Season 3.
Go beyond with Smart, the country's fastest and best mobile network. With unlimited 5G data for 12 months. Unlimited text and calls for both mobile and landline. And unlimited Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plan starting at $999. Get it on eSIM online, anytime, anywhere. Switch now and keep your number. Get the power to go beyond. Only with Smart Postpaid.
Taking a look at the UE Red Warriors right now on your screen, and let's take a look at the bracket edge right now. UP's really dominating on top there with 7-0. Letran there at 3-1. Our Lady of Fatima is at third place right now at 3-2, while Diliman College 2-2. 1-2 for UE, Perpetual 2-3, San Beda 2-3, and then San Sebastian at 1-4, and Adams on 1-5. But are you surprised, Coach Russell, of seeing Our Lady of Fatima and Diliman College there at number 3 and number 4?
Not really. I think it just speaks to and is a reflection of the fact that good basketball is being played all over the country, all over, the NCR. Not just in the UAP and the NCAA. There's teams that are playing in these other leagues that are more than capable of competing at a high level. And not to mention, you still have teams from, the Visayas and Mindanao that also are very strong. So, basketball is a game that, regardless of the names on your team, the name on the front, the name on the back, you still got to prove it on the floor, 5-on-5. And
yes,
the fact that Our Lady of Fatima, Diliman College, the fact that they compete at a high level here, I'm not surprised. I just think that it's great for the game.
and you are right there, Coach. And especially these two squads are, these guys are the first runners-up of their respective seasons of their mother leagues.
Right.
Right now, they go to Go. Back to Ubusan. Ubusan. Back to Prince Alaw. The pass inside. And that is last touch on the guys in green. Rainer Maga and Nico Molintapang will check back in for the UE Red Warriors, replacing Kobe Dalisay and Prince Alaw. Now, I just would like to give a special shout out and congratulations to the back-to-back champions right now of the NCRAA. The NCRAA just concluded yesterday over the Imo Sports Complex. And congratulations to the back-to-back champions, the ICC Blue Hawks, led by Coach Ogie Gumatay and Coach Mike Gonzalez. Those guys, we hope to see them hopefully in the big dance here in our tournament. So congratulations to them. And also congratulations to De La Salle Dasmariñas. Coach, it was a nice game. They only played 9 guys yesterday. And all throughout the semifinals, they played only 9 guys. And they went over to go to the championship of that season. Wow, how big is that for that school?
Well, you know, my message to any player that has ever played for me is this. Your job is to prove to me that you belong on the floor. Your job is to prove to me that I can find a reason to take you out in favor of somebody else. So the fact that they have 9 guys that the coach is completely confident in, that he knows these guys are going to put my team in the best position to win. You know, if you go with 9, you go with 9. And
yes.
So it just, you know, the coach knows his team, knows its players, and he worked that to perfection in winning a championship.
And those 9 players, Coach, the other players injured, so they played injured. They were really not 100%. So talking about those 9 players, those fantastic 9 players of De La Salle Dasmariñas, hats off to them for playing a terrific semifinals and the final series there, and went to a game 3. And how impressive is that for that program of the Patriots? So we hopefully we get to see them over in our big dance. Hopefully, and not just the big dance, but also in other tournaments under the Pinoy Liga umbrella.
Well, you mentioned ICC and you mentioned St. Clair. I think it would be great at some point if there's a opportunity for all these teams to compete against each other in front of a national audience.
Yes.
I think these teams deserve to be seen and be recognized by all basketball fans here in the country and around the globe. So, hopefully, knowing Pinoy Liga, I know they're going to put something together that's going to do just that. And I look forward to seeing those teams and teams like them compete against some of the more well-known teams in the country.
Knowing our founder, Mr. Benny Benitez, he is really trying to think about that possibility of having those teams under one umbrella and possibly playing in a group there.
Well, I never put it past Benny to concoct some kind of magical kind of event that's going to showcase the best of college basketball. So we'll just have to wait with bated breath for Benny to work his magic and come up with something big.
And teams from the ISAA, teams from the NASCU, teams from the NCRAA, playing against teams under the UAP, the NCAA. Well, how big will that be? And then also from the Cebu side, right? How big will that be, right, Coach?
Anytime you bring the best teams together, and it's five guys against 5 guys. Anything can happen. So the ability to have an event or stage an event that allows for that kind of thing to happen, I mean, you would be if you're a basketball fan, you'd be loving it. So
yes.
I think that we're probably in the perfect place in Filipino basketball to see that kind of thing happen just like that.
And if you can remember before we had that in what we call the Champions League. So hopefully we get to see that here in the PINOYLIGA Collegiate Cup as a timeout is called here by the UE Red Warriors. It's a 15-point lead for the Our Lady of Fatima Phoenix. Game 1 is happening in Olivares in Paraguay. 26-11 hour score, 6 minutes and 54 remaining here in this ball game. And taking a look at the stats right now, Coach, only 3 players have scored for the UE Red Warriors. John Abate with 5 points, Nico Molintapang with 4 points, and Kobe Dalisay with 2. That's a total of 11. For Our Lady of Fatima, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players already scoring for their squad.
Yeah, you know, UE just has not been able to find a great offensive rhythm. Our Lady of Fatima has a lot to do with that in terms of how they defended. Hopefully, at some level, UE's players will be able to get loose. I mean, with the quarter almost halfway done, you know, UE has just broken the double-digit barrier. That's a tough place to be if you want to be a successful team.
And this is how happy you should be. You will be, Coach, talking about teams such as Our Lady of Fatima, Diliman College, leading this big against teams such as the UAAP strong squad such as UE, NCAA squad such as San Sebastian. And this is a very interesting factor here for teams such as Our Lady of Fatima.
Yeah, you know, whenever I look at games like this, there always has to be a level of context that that you use as a filter to look at these games. Obviously, Our Lady of Fatima, they've had a core that's played together for a long time. You can see by the level of execution they're able to use when they play on offense and on defense. UE, despite being a team that's more recognizable, they're playing with guys that are either relatively new or haven't had a lot of playing time. So, you can make the case that Our Lady of Fatima is better poised to win this game just because of the mere fact that they're more experienced and their guys have played longer together. So you take all that into consideration. What you're left with is just basketball. Who's able to get in rhythm? Who's able to make the other team adjust? Who's able to play at the pace and style that they want to play with? So right now, Our Lady of Fatima, they've proven this whole tournament that regardless of the opponent, they can do that.
Right now, UE, it's like they're still trying to heat up the engine. Something like a diesel engine, right? They need to heat it up. But the problem is Our Lady of Fatima is already getting their baskets right now. But there you go, Rainer Maga hitting a 3-ball. Talking about Rainer Maga, I said it earlier, this guy and Kian Spandonis were their main shooters in that game against San Beda.
Well, let's see if this can give them the spark they need to feel a little bit more comfortable and get some rhythm on offense.
The foul will be called here on Marlon Mahilum. And you know this guy very well, Marlon Mahilum.
Oh, yeah, he's a former Titan. I'm still getting used to him wearing another shade of red, but I'm happy for Marlon, and I hope that things go well.
A one-and-done player for the UE Red Warriors.
Okay.
Marlon Mahilom is. So, Mamadou Torre, that's one thing that he needs to work on, the free throw shooting. I think almost all FSAs, which are centers, need to work on their free throws.
Yes.
And just like
And
that.
I think, and you know, to be fair, I think overall skill level is something that a lot of the FSAs just have to work on. Obviously, there's the athletic ability, and there's the there's athleticism and the size. But this is something interesting that I was talking to another basketball guy about. The one big advantage that UP has in getting a guy like James Wilmore is not the fact that he's 7'3", but the fact that he comes in ready to play. He comes in with 4 years of Division I basketball experience. You can see when he's playing, he knows how to seal. He has soft hands. He has soft feet. And he knows exactly what to do with the ball when he gets it in the post. A lot of these other FSAs, that's just not their game. They don't have that. So, you know, kudos to UP for being able to secure Wilmore as a FSA for them. But there is a clear difference between a guy like him and some of these other guys that just aren't there, don't have that level of maturity in their game.
And that's one big thing that they need to. That's the main difference there. You said it right. Jordan Wilmore, more on the inside, just getting those rebounds. That's his job. Block shots. For somewhat like a Mamadou Torre, get points in the paint, right? That's his job. For Precious Momoi, you see him defend inside. So those are some of the jobs really that these FSAs are giving for their respective squads. Kenneth Umba, another one. But Kenneth Umba is more on the offensive side.
Yes. Well, you know, he's athletic enough that he can play defensively off the ball. He's not going to be able to muscle a legitimate post, a legitimate big, and battle for position. But playing off the ball, he can be like a LeBron James and get weak side blocks and things like that.
And Rainer Maga hits the two-pointer plus a foul.
So in this last 2 or 3 minutes, we've seen UE get into a better flow offensively. A little bit of a mini point explosion for them, and they're cutting into this lead.
And this guy is now starting to get his rhythm now. Rainer Maga, 5 points already here in the ball game. Make that 5 points still. And now here is Edward Labayan, their main point guard. But coach, how tough it is? How tough is it for a coach when your main point guard is getting those kinds of turnovers?
I mean, in a traditional setting, in a traditional system, you're going to have a primary ball handler. So if you're going to depend on that guy completely to initiate your offense, then yeah, if they're turning the ball over at a high clip, you're just asking for bad offense. But, you know, the modern game allows for more than one primary ball handler, a little bit of positionless basketball, combo guards that can both set up and score and shoot. So, you know, you just got to hope that it's just a matter of the defense and the offensive players will figure out how better to attack that pressure.
Yes, especially that you are the main distributor inside the floor and your coach gives you the enough trust for you to be that point guard. But yes, you are right. In the game right now, it's a lot of ball handlers are helping out, not just the point guard.
Yes.
Galang, no good on the three. He hit one earlier. And they go inside here. Mamadou once again. 6 points already for Mamadou Torre. And they go to Kevin Loyola here. Loyola, the jumper. Loyola doesn't go in. Ooh, access denied. Precious Momoi with a block there on Mamadou Torre.
He's done a great job, Momoe, patrolling the paint and contesting shots without fouling. He's proving to be a great part of this defense as UE has closed the gap as we close the second quarter.
Spandones no good on the three. And last shot time for the Phoenix. Labayan. There's a foul. There are fouls to give. 2 fouls to give for UE, but they're not yet in penalty. Labayan. Romero the three. No good. And that will be it to end our second quarter of action. 11-point lead for the Our Lady of Fatima Phoenix against the UE Red Warriors.
Go beyond with Smart, the country's fastest and best mobile network. With unlimited 5G data for 12 months. Unlimited text and calls for both mobile and landline. And unlimited Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plan starting at $9.99. Get it on eSIM online, anytime, anywhere. Switch now and keep your number. Get the power to go beyond, only with Smart Postpaid.
A warm hello from Eastern Communications. We're here to present a refreshing point of view that when it comes to delivering business communication solutions, it's time to bring back the human connection because it's just as important as the technology. Eastern Communications is business made personal. It means getting intimate with our clients' needs so we can provide thoughtful solutions to help them achieve their goals. That's why we are madaling kausap, may malasakit. We are maalam at maaasahan. We are Eastern Communications.
Managing a business becomes easier when you have the right set of tools for your business. And as the premier telecommunication company in the Philippines, you can rest assured that we can provide you with world-class and innovative tech solutions for your company, like acing that presentation with no lag with Eastern IDS, a dedicated business-grade internet tailor-fit with high speeds and zero lag. Or to handle your processing, storage, and networking needs with Eastern Cloud, which has a customized cloud platform that's fully scalable and flexible without limits. And by staying connected and protected with Eastern cybersecurity, which helps keep your business safe from online threats. So why spend time waiting when you can spend it on building and managing your business? Let's make business more personal and achieve success together with the connection that knows you best. We are Eastern Communications.
Go beyond with Smart, the country's fastest and best mobile network. With unlimited 5G data for 12 months. Unlimited text and calls for both mobile and landline. And unlimited Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plan starting at $999. Get it on eSIM online, anytime, anywhere. Switch now and keep your number. Get the power to go beyond, only with Smart Postpaid.
Our score right now, 32-21 at the half. And they're here in this matchup between the UE Red Warriors and Our Lady of Fatima Phoenix. And we are now going to have our halftime interview. Now let's turn it over to the sweet, bubbly, smiling, hard-hitting, spiking Chinita, Tisay Princess of the Hardcourt, together with the Prince of the Hardcourt himself, more Prince Alaw.
Thank you, Alvin. Mga kaliga, kasama ko ngayon si Prince Alaw of the UE Red Warriors. Prince, ito ang first game mo para sa UE Red Warriors. Kamusta naman ang unang mga linggo mo with the Red Warriors?
Nagfo-focus lang kami sa training, tsaka yun nga, yung sa mga plays, tsaka sa system ni Coach Jack. Nag-a-adjust pa rin ako as an individual. Pero as a team naman, medyo naayos na namin and ngayon talagang kinocompose na namin yung sarili namin.
Prince, sa Lasal, punong-puno ang lineup nyo sa guards. Dito naman sa USE, isa ka sa UE, isa ka sa mga inaabangan na guards, most especially sa susunod na season. What can the UE community expect from Prince Alaw?
Siguro yung leadership ko lang sa court, tsaka yung passing ability ko nga. And siguro dito sa UE, i-score na rin ako kasi iba yung laro ko nung nasa Lasal ako, iba din laro ko ngayon. Kasi sa system nila. Pero yun nga, sobrang laki ng tiwala sa ni Coach Jack, which is I'm very, very thankful. And yun, talagang expect nyo na lang na magiging maganda yung next season for me.
Prince, meron ka bang gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Binabati ko pala si Mami, si Daddy, si Kuya, si Ate, si Coach Alvin na tumatawa, tas kay Princess. Thank you.
Thank you, Prince. Back to you, Alvin.
Thank you very much, Prince Alaw, together with Princess CJ Yang. And right now our score, 32-21. And that's how much Princess CJ loves me here.
Oh, there you go. I'll let you go. There you go.
And right now at the half, our score right now, it's 32-21 at the half. And it's really a slow start for the UE Red Warriors, Coach, here in this ball game. But again, they got their scoring going here in the second half. Let's take a look at the halftime stats here, Coach Russell. And you can see here the field goal shooting, 6 out of 25 for the UE Red Warriors, 13 of 24 for Our Lady of Fatima.
Well, if you look at the numbers, Our Lady of Fatima has doubled the amount of made field goals that UE has made. It was encouraging to see in that latter part of the second quarter that UE was able to, get their offense going and find good shots. Guys were shot ready and were able to connect on their perimeter jumpers. All that being said, it's a low-scoring game. Both defenses have done a good job with regards to keeping it, a defense-focused affair. Now it's really up to the next 5 minutes of this third quarter, which are crucial usually in any game, to see which team is able to establish their imprint and their pace over their opponent. So let's take a look and let's see what happens next.
And John Abate and Rainer Maga leading the way with 5 points each for the UE Red Warriors, while it's Precious or Mamadou Torre leading the way with 6 points for the Our Lady of Fatima Phoenix. As we are about to start third quarter of action here. Alvin Tañada together with Coach Russell Raipon. And will we see another green win here for this for us here, or will the guys in red even it out 1-1 at the end of the day?
Well, I don't know. It's sort of tough when on the first possession of the third quarter you throw the ball out of bounds. It doesn't really bode well for UE at this point. But the game, it's still early. At least it wasn't a live ball turnover, and let's see if Our Lady of Fatima is able to capitalize on the turnover by UE.
All right, now they go to Edward Labayan. Labayan to Chamzon. Chamzon the pass. Romero fouled by Galang.
You gotta love that action, that the ability for the ball to go from wing to wing, outside to outside again with the drive, making the defense have to chase the ball. That's really the hallmark of any good offense is are you able to create long closeouts just like that?
Andre Romero missed his first free throw here. Andre Romero, the second is good. First point for Andre Romero. And Coach, how important it is, or is it for this squad, for Our Lady of Fatima? They are leading right now, and your second leading scorer in Andre Romero has only scored its first point of the ball game.
Well, like I've mentioned earlier, I really think Our Lady of Fatima has a equal opportunity offense. It doesn't really matter who's scoring because they're all capable scorers. The offense really works well, and in a way that it doesn't require one guy to create shots for his teammates. Because they're able to move the ball wing to wing, they have cutters that are cutting through the heart of the defense, and the defense is chasing the ball. You can have different scorers lead the team each game, and you'd still be in good shape.
The pass inside to Mamadou, outside. And we call that in the Filipino language, kalat-kalat ang opensa. Oh, it's a spread out offense there as Edward Labayan scores here for Our Lady of Fatima, and all the players now fielded in by Coach Christian Coronel has scored. And add to that right now another basket for Edward Labayan. And don't look now, it's already a 16-point lead for the Our Lady of Fatima Phoenix, 37-21.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power. To do it all. Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power All access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
$37, 21-hour score right now. 7 minutes and 56 remaining. And I stand corrected. Only one player remaining of all the players fielded in by Coach Christian Coronel have scored. Charles De La Cruz has not yet scored.
I'm sure he'll get his opportunity,
Yes.
Alvin. I'm 100% confident of that.
Galang for 3. That's money for Ethan Galang.
Galang is definitely a willing shooter.
It's now the 13-point lead. The Bakers doesn't lead. And that's a foul on Kian Spandones.
You know, you look at the way that this press break works for Our Lady of Fatima. They know exactly where the guys are their teammates going to be open for the pass. They were driving the ball up the sideline, and he knew there was going to be a teammate at the top of the key, and threw a blind pass to get the ball reversed. That just shows the kind of discipline Our Lady of Fatima is playing with, even against pressure.
That's a miss there by Kevin Loyola. Here comes Jack Cruz Dumont. This is his first time on the floor for this matchup. So the captain of the UE Red Warriors in the ballgame for the first time missed the 3.
It's a good shot. Wide open, you got to take it. This didn't connect. The offense, they're able to get some good shots. Now it's just a matter of making them.
Labayan now. Back to Chamzon, the 3. No good on the top of the key 3, but that's a foul called on Mamadou Torre.
I don't know. I think that's a challenge, though, Alvin. When you look at the ability for UE to defend, you have to be able to contest shots. To leave a shooter wide open and not be able to get a hand up and contest, that's just a tough way to play defense.
Kian Spandones scoreless here in this matchup, averaging roughly around 8 points per ball game here in the tournament. Galang inside the Precious Momo. Hey, no good. Momo away, second serving is good. 4th point for Precious Momo here.
If you notice, UE does a lot of dribbling. They have to use the dribble quite a bit in order to create shots.
That's traveling called on Mamadou Torre.
Whereas Our Lady of Fatima doesn't really require that level of putting the ball on the floor. That ball's moving by the pass, so 2-on-1.
Oh, inside Precious. Oh!
Got to connect on
miss.
those. Can't smoke layups.
Good steal once again. Here comes the Red Warriors. Ethan Galang, no good on the 3.
Great
Good
box out by Labayan. Hell of a box out.
And take note, he's the smallest guy on the floor right now.
But he knows his job.
Labayan. Pass to Andre Romero. Romero steps out, gives it up, and a ball goes out of bounds.
Got a lot of effort by Galang.
That's last touch on Ethan Galang there.
You need those plays in order to get back in this game.
7 seconds on the shot clock here. Loyola pass here. They look for a teammate. Labayan moves in. Edward Labayan. Whoa, what a shot there by Edward Labayan. Scoreless in the first half. 6 points.
Heck of a floater by Labayan.
Take note, he was scoreless in that first half.
Again, right?
Somewhat like the same way Kian Baclahan did in the first game.
It's really a matter of picking your opportunity and not forcing bad shots. You may be scoreless, but it's not it may not be because you're missing shots. This is because you're finding teammates open for better shots.
The foul will be called. All faking a foul there called on Labayan. And Precious Momoe. When you're talking about loyalty to one school, this guy has been so loyal to the UE community. This is, I believe, his third year or fourth year with the guys in the with UE. So they're just repaying his loyalty with the squad right now, with all the minutes right now being given to him.
Well, I mean, we talked about this earlier. You really look at, fit. You look at how you how you're able to fit in a community, how you're able to fit within a program in a school. So,
and I do have lots of respect for your Precious Momoe. He is really giving his all out for the UE community through ups and downs.
yes.
Jumper there by Jack Cruzumont. The team captain scoring now for the UE Red Warriors, so the lead has been cut down to 11. Edward Labayan, pass it up. Danzel Gomez, catch and shoot, no good. Ethan Galang with the recovery. Nico, bring it down. Muling tapang attacks and the scores. Coach Christian Coronel sees this lead of 17 cut down to 9, 39-30. $39-30 the score now. It's just a 9-point lead here for the Our Lady of Fatima Phoenix now. Huge shout out to Coach Ralph Rivera, their head coach, not here with the squad, but you can see that the system is really in a good place with or without Coach Ralph in the game.
And, any coach would be proud if a team is able to function well, even in his or her absence. So these guys are coached very well. And off of a timeout, scored 5 on a 5-0 run. It shows you how dialed in Our Lady of Fatima is able to get to, even when they're facing some adversity and not playing at their best for a short span of that third quarter.
Yes, quick 5-0 run there. As Ethan Galang hits a 3. That's his third three-pointer of this matchup. And
I think really it's a matter of comfort and feel for Galang. When he sets his feet, he's able to rise up with some confidence and knock those shots down.
Holding foul will be called there on Nico Molintapang. Second personal foul now for Nico Molintapang. And you saw earlier how much this guy, about to check back in for the UE Red Warriors, really wanted to stay in the ball game. And that's Precious Momoe, but he will be fielded it back in later on, the next dead ball situation. Now, the passion of a Precious Momoe. Again, we were talking about him through ups and downs of this UE Red Warriors. He still sticks with them.
Yeah, I think, it really becomes a matter of maturity level and understanding your role on a team that plays into moments like that. Hopefully every behavior has a consequence, and every behavior communicates something. You always want to make sure as a team or as a player you're communicating positive things to your teammates. You never want to be in a situation where what you're communicating is I'm not a team player, or I only worry about myself instead of what the team needs. So
Because
hopefully that will be something that Precious will work on.
Because remember, there's no I in team, right?
No, there's not.
Substitution now. Precious Momoe will check back in to the ball game, replacing Spandones and Prince Alo.
And I'm sure it's a matter of, wanting to win and wanting to help your team. But at the end of the day, we all have a job to do. The players play, the coaches coach, the officials officiate, and we always want to make sure that as much as possible we're on the same page with each other.
As Prince Alo hits his first field goal as a UE Red Warrior.
Well, we are finding ourselves in a position where UE is starting to find a comfort level and a confidence in their offense.
And turnovers now. The ones having or killing this Our Lady of Fatima squad right now. And this guy, since he came into the ball game, their team captain Jack Cruz Dumont, a lot has changed for this UE Red Warriors. Prince, that's a short on the three.
An ill-advised shot, contested, probably a heat check, considering he hit his last shot. But, you need to be a little bit more judicious with your shot selection. You always want quality shots. That probably wasn't the best quality shot they could have gotten.
23 seconds remaining. 2 more possessions here, counting this one. Back to Rodman Templo Nuevo. Back to Danzel. Danzel, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Loyola the 3. No. And rebounded by Rodman Templo Nuevo. Templo Nuevo. Loyola or Gomez, no good. And that will end our third quarter of action. We're in the UE Red Warriors are looking to stage a comeback. The lead of Our Lady of Fatima down to 5, 44-39.
Go beyond with Smart, the country's fastest and best mobile network. With unlimited 5G data for 12 months. Unlimited text and calls for both mobile and landline. And unlimited Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plan starting at $9.99. Get it on eSIM online, anytime, anywhere. Switch now and keep your number. Get the power to go beyond. Only with Smart Postpaid.
Taking a look at once again on the leaderboard, Kenneth Umba leading the way with on the points and the rebounds and the blocks, 19.5, 12.3, and 3.3 respectively, and DJ Howe leading the assists numbers with 6.8, and Joe Marie Pecolera leading the steals department with 2.8 steals per game for the Kwangming Flying Dragons. This is the start of the fourth quarter. Alvin Tanyana together with the Philippine Zen master himself, Coach Russell Ripon, and
I appreciate the high praise, Alvin. I don't know if it's deserved, but I appreciate it.
Because I call Naveen the Philippine Woj of the Woj of the Philippine basketball. They're the Zen master.
Okay, at least I'm not the Chinita princess, so I'll take it.
There will only be one Chinita princess for the Pinoy Liga. That's CJ Yang. And turnover here for the UE Red Warriors. So the fourth quarter right now, Coach Russell, what does UE need to do for them to get win number 2 and tie the record at 2-2 in this game?
they just got to be solid. There's such active ball movement and player movement for Our Lady of Fatima. They just have to stay solid, guard without fouling, and hold Our Lady of Fatima to one shot. If they can do that, just like here, they can get out and run. They're in an advantage right now. Can they get a good shot?
They were able to get a good shot.
They
but,
got offensive rebound. Momoe has the ball, but unable to finish.
In a hurry was Precious Momoe there. So another chance here for Our Lady of Fatima. De La Cruz. The pass here to the left side. Danzel Gomez catch and shoot. And that is out. Or it doesn't. It just went over. Jack Cruz. JCD. The pass to the corner. Rainer Maga for three. That's money.
That's a pretty shot. It's a very pretty shot, Alvin.
And the lead is now down to 2, as high as 17 earlier.
That's why they call it basketball, Alvin. And that's why it's not always about what's on paper. It's about what happens in between these white lines.
Mendoza missing that shot there. And UE now has a chance to take the lead or tie it up via JCD. Jack Cruz Dumont with the score.
You got to give UE a lot of credit for grinding out and chipping away at this lead. Now it's a possession game, Alvin. It's a matter of execution, ball security, and quality shots.
Danzel Gomez now in double figures with 10. First player in double figures for here in the ball game, actually, for both squads. Inside, Momoe, no good. Rebound by Momoe, and Momoe was fouled as Charles De La Cruz is down on the floor.
Tough playing amongst the trees, Alvin.
And fourth personal foul now. That will mean free throws here for Momoe. But before Precious Momoe shoots these 2 free throws, timeout is called by Coach Jack Santiago as the Our Lady of Fatima Phoenix are on top here by 2, 46-44.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
(46-44) our score. 7 minutes and 13 remaining on the clock right now. And Precious Momoe will be shooting 2 free throws. And with that timeout, is that somewhat like for you to rest your free throw shooter, give him time to just get his axe going here because of the timeout?
I think when you look at the purpose of this timeout, you've been able to climb back into this game. It looks like Coach Jack and his staff have found a combination that's working. They found a group of players that are playing well together. So I think it's a matter of just making sure that you're all on the same page in terms of what you want to see for the rest of this game in terms of how to defend, where the ball should be going on offense, and being able to mark all the actions that the opponent is using so you make sure you're guarding them well.
And now UE has a chance to take the lead here. 46-45, a very low scoring game, Coach.
Both defenses have done their job. For the most part, it was the defense of Our Lady of Fatima in the first half. Now it's the defense of UE in the second half that has done its job. And now we're in a grinder possession game.
Cruz Dumont, no good. And Jack Cruz Dumont being the key leader for this UE Red Warriors in this run.
Oh, yeah.
That is a big thing that cannot be seen in the stats. That leadership coming from your captain.
But you just gotta love the offensive action that Our Lady of Fatima is running. They set a back screen a little on a big and almost got a seal for the big for Torre in the post. Both teams playing at a high level right now.
Romero and Andre
on
Romero.
cue, he hits the runner. Gotta love it.
And Andre Romero, that's his first field goal here for Our Lady of Fatima. Alao gives it up. Ethan Galang outside the Jack. Cruz Dumont. JCD. They go to Precious Momoe. Double teamed. The pass. Rainer Maga. 3. That is short. Alao with a rebound. And there's a foul on Ace Shamzon.
You got something also to take a look at, Alvin, is the fact that at this point, UE has not committed a foul this entire quarter. Right now, both teams are out of the penalty, but UE definitely has an advantage in the fact that they haven't committed a foul this quarter.
Ooh, that's going to hurt because he made the basket, but that will not count. As Ethan Galang will be called for the foul.
Well, it's tough when you wave off with your offhand. I mean, it's a bang-bang situation, but Galang definitely had the advantage on the defense with that dribble attack to the rim.
48-45, we're at the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. Romero gives it up to Ace Shamzon. Back to Andre. Andre, the teardrop, no good. Rebounded by Torre, and that is a wedgie. And I remember, if you've watched the NBA show before, the starters, that's their favorite shot, the wedgie.
Yes.
So let's see how UE now. They were actually had the chance for them to get the lead earlier, but again, you heard Coach Jackson Chago here in front of us. Do not shoot three-pointers.
We mentioned this earlier in this quarter, quality shots. In order to pull this game out in a grind-out game, possession game, you have to have shot quality. Shots that are reliably going to go in or going to draw a foul. Just like that right there. That drive, even though it was missed, gave you a rebounding opportunity for a putback.
And Mamadou Torre now brings up the lead once again to 5, 50-45. It was down to 1 earlier. Precious Momoe with the spin and the score.
And that's an advantage that UE has. Can they get the ball more to Momoe in that nail area to let him operate? They spread the floor, isolate him against Torre. He does have an advantage with quicker feet and explosion.
Tolentino against the defense here. Pass to Ace Shamzon. The defense was there. They go to Andre, and Andre loses the ball. And substitution now, Nico Molintapang will check back in for Prince Alao. So again, this lead earlier was as high as 17 for Our Lady of Fatima. Now let's see if UE can cut this lead back to 1 or even tie it up with a 3.
Well, again, the matchup we should be looking at is Momoe versus Torre.
They would like to go back to the post, but they go to Maga now. Maga will use that Momoe screen. The pass to Precious. Precious Momoe inside. That is very much, in the Tagalog language, masyado nang malalim. The Precious Momoe, and that is a foul there on Precious Momoe.
You gotta love, I think Torre got away with one. hooking Momowe's arm hooking that chicken wing, was able to draw the foul.
And for foul situation here, Precious Momoe with 3, Mamadou Torre with 2. So we better watch out for these two big men here. And Loyola, another stepping on the sideline. He had one in that first quarter earlier.
I would love to see what the turnover situation is right now.
JCD will check back in. And JCD will be checking back in, not just for offense, but for his leadership.
Well, he's been their primary ball handler with Abate not in the game, so he's done a good job of protecting the ball and initiating offense.
Yeah, John Abate was not fielded in the third quarter, and here, as Precious Momoe fouled here on Torre.
And then there is the advantage. UE did a good job of recognizing the isolation of Momoe on Torre, and Momoe took advantage, putting the ball on the floor and attacking the basket.
Oh, I stand corrected. That's the 4th personal foul now on Mamadou Torre. I said earlier he had 2 fouls. He had 3 fouls already now. Counting that last foul, he has 4 now in the ball game. Precious Momoe will shoot 2. And he made the adjustment, moved a little bit in the right, and he made the first.
The other thing to look at, Coach, is the next foul that Our Lady of Fatima commits. It's going to be bonus. So with holding a slight lead, Our Lady of Fatima cannot afford to put UE on the line and give him free shots at the basket with no time running off the clock.
Now CJ Tolentino setting it up. CJ, pass to Kevin. Loyola. Moves in, nice stop there by JCD.
On the run.
Nico Molintapang foul there by Ace Chamzon.
Timely transition attack, drawing the foul, and now again the clock stops, and you get free shots at the basket.
And now Nico Molintapang. First one is good. Looking to tie things up here in the 4th quarter.
And UE not only are shooting free throws, but they still have 2 fouls to give.
Oh, no one. That was almost a gimme there for Nico Molintapang.
One-point lead. This is an exciting game, low-scoring game.
Low-scoring one, but again, exciting for both squads as we are about to enter the twilight zone here. CJ Tolentino. This is the last 2 minutes of the quarter. Kevin Loyola missed the 3.
Well, but that's the guy you want shooting that 3. Loyola has proven to be a reliable shooter. Just didn't go in that time.
Cruz Dumont, JCD. Basket for JCD. Jack Cruz Dumont. 4 points, but enough for UE to take a 1-point lead.
Heck of a pull-up jumper. A lost start, if you ask me.
Mamadou inside. Mamadou scoring inside. It's Mamadou Torre. 10 points for the big man.
Surprising, Alvin. We haven't seen Labayan in the game. They've opted for Tolentino as a point guard.
They go to Nico. Back to JCD. Ethan Galang. Rainer Maga, the 3. That's short. He has been struggling here. Talking about Rainer Maga. Kian Spandonis will check in for Rainer Maga. Now the question for Coach Jack Santiago is this the right call? Kian Spandonis has been scoreless here.
He's an active defender. He's a willing on-ball defender. You just gotta put trust in your players that they're going to make good decisions.
Yes. CJ Tolentino was fouled on the drive on Spandonis.
And there you go. You talk about adjustments and substitutions, you know, you have to wonder, like you said, whether or not at this time it was a good choice. This got caught on the hip. What are you going to do? And the great thing, we're talking about Labayan, right? He's been up on that bench cheering for his team, and now he's poised to enter the game for Tolentino, ready to make a contribution.
Second one no good. Rebounded by Nico Molintapang. So it's just a 2-point lead here for the Phoenix. Molintapang, they go to Precious Momoway. Momoway inside, no good. Rebound. They will be...
You know, I think in a lot of situations that might be called a foul. Unfortunately for Momoway, he was going away from the basket. So quite possibly the referees, the officials, opted not to make that call because there was no clear advantage on that body contact.
Yes. Tolentino. Tolentino. Pass to Andre Romero. Romero, 30 seconds remaining. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Tolentino, the drive. The pass to Andre for 3. Money! 3 for Andre Romero. And that was a huge three-pointer for Andre Romero. And the UE Red Warriors lose for time here. It is a 5-point lead for the Our Lady of Fatima Phoenix. Game scheduled on Sunday. Ito nga po ang ating first game on Sunday at 12 noon. The battle between the De La Salle Green Archers and the Lyceum Pirates. Second game natin, labanan ng Diliman College Blue Dragons kontra sa Perpetual Altas. And at 4 p.m., the battle between the San Sebastian Golden Stags going up against the San Beda Red Lions. 3 games on a Sunday. That is how you should spend your weekend dito po sa inyong Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup. Pero right now, you are spending your Thursday with Alvin Tañana and the Zen Master himself, Coach Russell Raipon, and the Chinita Princess, CJ Ang. Yan po ang inyong mga kasama for these games.
You know, I just need to make a couple of quick comments. You gotta love when we talk about timely subs. Labayan coming in within this last minute, you know, really was a boost to Our Lady of Fatima, and the fact that Our Lady of Fatima was able to bleed the clock and then get a good shot. Smart basketball, very smart basketball.
Now Galang looking to pass, and Our Lady of Fatima knows that the pass will go to Kian Spandonis there.
Well, Our Lady of Fatima, they must have scouted that well, and they know personnel. Part of the game is what I always say, KYP, know your personnel, know who's on the floor.
Andre Romero scores. And an inbound violation. So that's going to hurt. You get a turnover there. You let the other team score, and a turnover without any defender in front of you.
Look, there's a bit of disorganization and confusion about how that play was supposed to be executed in their attempt to try to explain it. UE allowed Our Lady of Fatima to come back in transition and score an easy bucket. Now they get to hold the ball to finish this game out.
And they will win this ball game, talking about the Our Lady of Fatima Phoenix slaying another powerhouse school in the UAAP This is the UE Red Warriors. So they will now move up in the team standings here. Coach Russell.
Exciting game, a defensive chess match. You got to give credit to both teams. Both teams made runs, and both teams responded to runs. So it's just a matter of who had the ball last at the end. And sometimes you work so hard to get back in the game, and you just don't have the the juice left to get the final lead. But we give credit to both teams; they played hard, and it was a well played game. It was good. I think it was a good game for both, even though one team had to be on the losing end.
And right now, let's go over to our center court for our school hymns and later on our player of the game interviews.
Onwards we march united, in search for what is true. Guided by Our Lady of Fatima, obstacles we push aside, hardships we overcome. But feet can carry us only so much, and so it will have to be our mind that will carry us to the far horizon, when earth can meet with the sky and our spirit can reach for the stars. Oh, Fatima, keep us strong and free. Glory, honor, pride, we bring them back to thee. Oh, Fatima, keep us strong and free. Glory, honor, pride, we bring them back to thee. Pamantasan ka namin mahal, ilaw sa karinlan. Buhay, lakas, dunong, dangal, pamantasan ka ng bayan. Ang pangalan mo ay manhati at sandigan ka ng lahi. Pamantasan ng silangan, pamantasan ka namin mahal. Pamantasan ka namin mahal, ilaw sa karinlan. Buhay, lakas, dunong, dangal, pamantasan ka ng bayan. Ang pangalan mo ay malhati at sandigan ka ng lahi. Pamantasan ng silangan, pamantasan ka namin mahal.
Our
Bunks, the best player of the game with 8 points, 4
you can
rebounds.
see now our
Three
Xbox player
assists,
of the game,
and two
Andre
steals
Romero with 8
is
points,
number
4
0.
rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Andre Romero finishing that, especially yung kanyang yung kanyang pampalayo na 3-pointer para dito sa Our Lady of Fatima. And we're just awaiting Andre Romero to be interviewed by CJ. Mukhang ready na siya. Okay, let's turn it over to our princess, CJ Ang.
Thank you, Alvin. Mga kaliga, kasama ko ngayon ang ating Antbox Best Player of the Game, Andre Romero of Our Lady of Fatima Phoenix. Andre, a big win for your squad, lalo na tinalo ninyo ang isang UAAP squad, the UE Red Warriors. How big is this win para sa confidence niyo as a team?
Especially naman yung pampaboost namin, matalo sila, makapag-compete kami sa mga colleges na kagaya nila teams. Malaking boost ng confidence namin, especially kami dito sa liga, underdog kami. So pinapakita lang namin na maliliit man kami pero kaya namin sumabay. Gamit yung tinurungan ni Coach Ian na depensa talaga.
Andre, you were scoreless in the first half, but sa second half, when your team needed you the most, you scored, especially yung last 3-pointer mo. What did Coach Christian tell you entering the second half?
Yun nga, sabi niya, nung medyo dumikit na sa amin yung UE, sinabi niya in-advise namin na hindi mahalaga yung score, kailangan depensa muna. Sa depensa magsisimula lahat ng magiging puntos namin. So ayun yung inisip ko, depensa muna, then may offense will follow na lang.
Andre, meron ka bang gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Ayun, pinapasalamatan ko yung mga teammates ko, yung coaches na nagtitiwala sa akin, yung family ko, San Mateo, and yung girlfriend ko, tsaka yung mga teammates ko ngayon.
Thank you, Andre, and congratulations. Back to you, Alvin.
Thank you very much. That was Andre Romero, our player of the game, together with our princess, CJ Ang. And once again, our game schedule on Sunday. It's LaSalle going up against Lyceum in the first game at 12 noon, 2 p.m. The Diliman College Blue Dragons going up against the Perpetual Altas in our main game. It's going to be San Sebastian going up against San Beda. And that wraps it up for our Pinoy Liga Thursday coverage mula dito sa loob ng Enderun Colleges here in McKinley Hills and Taguig. And it has been an honor doing this 2 games for you. And we'll see you on Sunday for our Chinita Princess herself. Siyempre, nag-iisang CJ Ang, for the Zen Master, Coach Russell Raipon, for our director, Direk Lem Guapito Chinito Puno, and siyempre, Direk Richie Moreno, Moreno Macho Guapito, Tatuata. My name is Alvin Tanyara, and this has been your Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup Season 3, #1.